Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Gunner4568 and today we're doing another Forza Motorsport 4 drift build, and today we're going to be doing the Nissan Silvia S15 thing. Yeah. So, to begin this, we might as well start the upgrades. And yeah, so let's go to the upgrade shop. I'm going to swap the engine to the R34 engine, which gives a lot more horsepower and the sound is cooler. So we're gonna also change the race twin turbos, racing flywheel, race oil and cooling, race intercooler, stock pistons, stock displacement, street valves, stock cams, race exhaust, sport ignition, race fuel system, and race air filter. So that's it for the engine, and now for the suspension, handling, and all that stuff, race brakes, everything will be race parts in this section. So race suspension, race anti-roll bars, and race roll cage, and a race weight reduction as well. And also going to the drivetrain, everything is also going to be racing parts. So race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and racing differential. And going to tires, it'll be street tire compound with 225s to the front and 245s to the back. And for the rims, we are going to choose the Rota, I don't even know if I said that right, Rota P45Rs. Hopefully I said Rota right, probably didn't. But yeah, I'm just going to say Rota anyways. I'm going to upgrade the rim size 1 to rims 17-inch rims. And I'm going to change the front bumper to a top secret front bumper. I'm not ever get anyone happy with the bumpers, so if anyone complains about the bumpers, we'll just change them. It doesn't really matter. People complain about bumpers and stuff like flipping out, but there's no way I can make anyone happy. Even if I keep it stock, someone's gonna be like, the stock bumper looks stupid. It's gonna happen somewhere in there. And now Silly's probably in a comment right now saying the bumpers don't matter. Or no, he's not saying that. He's gonna freak out. But anyways, that's it for all the upgrades. A lot of race parts except for the engine. Basically everything was race except for tires and the engine. So let's get to the painting. So for the paints, then we have a light metallic blue turquoise thing and black rims with tinted windows. A very basic design. I'm going to start doing full designs on my cars very soon. Just these cars have a basic design, but they still look great. And during the test video, I do have a black hood on, but that was just my original paint design. But then I was like, no, that black hood looks stupid. So my original paint design had a black hood. Alright, so we are going to be doing the test run, the live commentary test run on Suzuka. And it's a little section on Suzuka. And if you guys didn't know, the commentary on the left, there's the gas right there, the red going up and down, and the brake is the brighter red. And the clutch is that green, which is engaged right now. Like when I press the clutch button, it goes all the way up. And the handbrake is the light green. So when I'm drifting, you can see what I'm doing with those. And also this is the little steering wheel down the bottom. But yeah, so let's get to the drifting. And with this car, you don't want to let it snap on you when you're counter steering for the one corner, like right up here. I'm counter steering right now for this corner. You don't want to have it snap transferring into this corner. You're going to want to counter steer for the next corner before your car straightens out at the end of the corner before the next corner. So like right now I'm going to want to counter steer to this corner. I got to hit the gas a little bit more, but I let off a little too much. But you also don't want to let off the gas transferring the corners of this car, because it does tend to snap a little bit, but it does get really good angle and keeps it very low. You almost don't even have to. You can basically almost fully counter steer and keep it floored in a way sometimes. At the moment I'm trying to make demonstrations, so I did screw up a little bit there. But keep that in mind that you want to counter steer for the next corner a little bit before you end the drift on the corner before. And also you don't want to let go of the gas between corners. Obviously this corner is a little bit straight away, so it's not completely necessary, but to initiate the drift, I don't want to let out the gas. And notice I really don't use the e-brake all too much. I do when I'm like doing a U-turn, but that's about it. But to start a drift, I kind of basically let off the gas, and that's how I kind of started a drift. because there's a slight delay in the counter steering, so you do want to hit the analog stick over before you end the one corner, which I've already said 3 times. I didn't mean to repeat it, but I kind of did. And I'm going to do this a couple more times, just showing you basically on telemetry what I'm doing. And yeah, that steering wheel and telemetry, it's not really what I'm doing in my controller, it's what the car's doing. So it's obviously a little delayed. I'm kind of flicking the analog stick back and forth, which you can probably definitely hear in the background. I just said probably and definitely in the same sentence, which isn't really the greatest, but you know, it's alright. Yeah, you can most likely hear that in the background. The only time I'm going to use the e-brake is if I want to keep the car extending a drift kind of like in a straight line. If I'm getting too far on the inside of the corner and it's a really long corner, may have to hold the e-brake a little bit just to extend the drift to get around the corner. But that's basically about it for the e-brake. And yeah, so let's do this one more last time. Going in the grass. Grass drifting, cutting the lawn. Like right here, I'm going to want to extend it a little bit. So I hit the e-brake. I'm going to crash this one because I did I let off the gas a little too late and a little too much. So I messed up that drift. But most of the time I barely use the e-brake. I only do the extended drifts. I didn't mean to remove the telemetry. I just bumped into it. And third gear basically spins the tires at 130 full throttle, and fourth gear spins at like 140 to 150 on full throttle. So there is quite a bit of power going there. So long corners, it does work. You may end up, if it's a really long corner, you may end up going into fifth gear. But fifth gear will be a little bit lower RPMs once you're actually drifting. So we may have a little bit of trouble there, and it might spin the tires a little bit fast. Well, actually, it will spin the tires a little bit faster, and it's going to be a little bit harder to control exiting the corner. So you're not going to want to be flooring it towards the end of the corner, and want to slowly decrease the gas in fifth gear, and definitely not. Just completely let it off, because if you completely let it off, it'll probably just spin from like 170 and then just basically drop, and it will cause a lot of problems. So yeah, that's basically it for this test run, a live commentary test run. So let's go to the little Fujimi run, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright, so now for the tune, we got 30 psi in the front tire and 27.5 in the rear tire. And for the gearing, it's all stock. And for the camber, it's a negative 1.2 for the front and negative 0.1 for the rear. And for the toe, it's 0.4 out and 0.41 for the front and then the rear. And for the final front caster, it's 5.0. And for the anti-roll bars, it's 30.30 for the front and 25.40 for the rear. And for the springs, it's 513 for the front and 581.5 for the rear. For the ride height, 6.0 both front and rear. For the dampering, it's completely stock. For the aero, I cannot upgrade that. For the braking, it's completely stock. And for the differential, it's completely stock at 75/75. Alright, so thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like and favorite for more. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll have more drift builds later in the future, and I'll have full designs of my cars and some of them. Not every single one of them, but some of them I'll create a full design for the car. And I've made designs before, only about 3 of them, but I have a few on my channel. They were a DJ Harmonics design, like all space futuristic fantasy thing. And yeah, I'll put the link to those in the description below. But I'm gonna start doing full designs on some of my drift build cars. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like and favorite for more. And see you next video.